Hello and welcome to the Pembroke Pines Book Club. Today we're going to review a book that I loved called Me Before You. And with me, we all read this book. There's no such book on the table because we all read this book on our Kindles. So with me are Marilyn Shapiro. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, Elaine.
And Gail Shayer. Hello, Gail.
Hello.
And Donna Cooperman. Hi, honey.
Hi.
And this book, Me Before You, was written by Jojo Moyes. Now, I never heard the name Jojo before, so I didn't know initially if it was a man or a woman because there's no flyleaf on a Kindle. Found out later, Jojo Moyes is a young woman who has written like 11 or 12 books.
Oh.
And I loved this one. What did you think?
I love this book. So much so that I think it was right after that I read another one of her books, which was different but also lovely. She's a wonderful writer. And I thought the book was outstanding.
Gail?
I agree. I thought it was one of the best books I have read in a long, long time. Her style of writing, her characters are alive.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a wonderful, wonderful story. And I, too, would like to read more of her books.
Donna, what was the book?
Oh, it's really, I think, an exceptional story about a young woman who is not very well grounded.
She's not educated.
No, and she is really not clear in terms of her life goals. And circumstances of her life require that she work because her family needs her support.
Yeah.
And she's 26 years old, has not really found her place, and loses her job as a server in a tea
Bakery
shop.
tea shop.
Mm-hmm. So she goes to, this takes place in England, so she goes to the placement bureau, similar to our unemployment office, and they place her in a job that requires, they say, no skills. Which is perfect for her because she doesn't appear to have any skills.
Right.
And this job is as not really a caregiver, a companion. So she's hired as a companion for this young man who, actually the book starts, the prologue is a snapshot of this young man getting out of bed. And leaving a very attractive woman in his bed as he goes off to his very busy life. And he's an exceptional businessman. He is a wealthy man. He's an attractive man. He is an accomplished man, and he's a kind of daredevil.
Extreme sports.
He engages in extreme sports. And he has a motorcycle accident. And he's not riding a motorcycle. He actually chooses not to ride his motorcycle on this wet day. And he's hit by a motorcycle driver, and he gets a spinal cord injury, and he's wheelchair bound, which changes his entire life. And
He's left the quadriplegic.
Yes. This is the story of the relationship between this woman who is hired as his companion from a totally different place in life from his, and he who is unhappy, unfulfilled, depressed, and suicidal. And so
His mother makes a deal with him. He wants to go to a place in Switzerland where they do suicides.
assisted
Suicides, and it's legal there. And he wants to go there, and his mother makes a deal with him. Give me 6 months. let me see if I can get somebody to help you change your mind. And that's why they hired this young woman, to see if she can have him do things that make his life a little worthwhile.
And let's not tell too much more of the story.
Yes. I think what we need to say, though, is from all of this, it sounds like a very sad, depressing book.
It's not.
And one of the critiques that I read said that you could compare this to Eric Siegel's love story, but it's not. It's a very uplifting book. There are very sad parts, there are tears, but I, for one, was sad when the book ended. That's how much I enjoyed the book.
Me too.
Well, I think what we come to appreciate is the quality of their interaction. Because, you know, at first he doesn't quite know what to make of her. I mean, she's like somebody brought a pelican into his room and said, here, this is going to be your companion now. And, you know, he said, what is this? You know, I don't, and in no way did they have anything in common. You know, she was a lower middle class British, you know, public school, you know, by our standard, public school person who knew nothing. You know, they lived in a small town, and her boundaries were this small town. And she didn't know what she wanted to do. I mean, she had a very mediocre boyfriend, and they had a very mediocre relationship. And, you know, it was very possible that she would have gone through her whole life in that very mediocre, uninspired, and uninspiring way. And then she
Uneducated.
right. And then she meets this man, and the two of them are like looking at each other as though, I don't get this at all. You know, the way this person is doesn't resonate with me at all. And finding common ground was very interesting for us to watch.
Yes. And her development really as an assertive, empowered person.
Yeah, I think that they really added to each other's lives. They really helped each other. She was meant to help him, but they really helped each other.
Yes, you know, one of the as I was looking through some of the literature, one of the discussion questions for this book is, why me before you? Who's the me and who's the you? And, you know, I thought a little bit about that, and each of them is the me, and each of them is the you.
That's right.
It's the story of Louise before Will,
Right.
and Will before Louise.
There's a lot you can take away from this book, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought about it for many days after I read it, which is not something I normally do. So I guess this one gets 4 thumbs up. If I had 4 thumbs up,
yes.
I'd put them all up. Everybody enjoyed this book, so it's called Me Before You. It's written by a woman named Jojo Moyes, and we're all recommending it. For OCTV, I'm Elaine Kugelman, and thank you for joining me and Marilyn. Thank you, Marilyn. And Gail and Donna for this review of Me Before You.